We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Manning's Giants going up against Bridgewater's Vikings. With kickoff straight ahead, let's check in with the two men who'll be calling tonight's game. As we say hello to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage takes us to one of the newest jewels on the NFL landscape, US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. Bridgewater gives to his tailback, Peterson. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. The ball carrier there, Adrian Peterson, he turned 31 back in March.
But after his return from knee surgery a few years ago, that incredible return, I don't think we look at his number the same way as we do a lot of running backs who turn 30.
Yeah, I agree. And looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cooper Taylor. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. So after the INT, it's Manning. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it'll be 2nd and 10. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Here's the former 7th-round pick, Rashad Jennings. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Everson Griffin was a valuable reserve for most of his career, but has really blossomed since entering the starting lineup.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. So now it's 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. To throw, it's Manning. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I feel like Eli Manning has just gone from downfield bomber to a guy who can complete everything.
He can hit him underneath now, can't he?
Yeah, we just saw that there with that pass completion. The maturity of a veteran taking what the defense will give him.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now it's Jennings. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. Going left side, and he's got Donnell. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, Not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Shift together here from the D-line. First down, here's a run with Peterson. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field. On
2nd down, Peterson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. Defense showing blitz.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on 1st down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They come up in an offset eye. Here we go now with Olawale. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. And New York set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce.
Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Bridgewater a give. This is Peterson. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
Peterson alone in the backfield. He'll get the football here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And an encroachment penalty here will cost them 5 yards.
And it makes it so simple, doesn't it? An easy free 5 yards for the offense given to them by the defense.
Following the penalty, it's Peterson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. 9 yards to go, it's third down. Bolden goes in motion left. On third down, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jarius Wright that time. And that'll bring up fourth down. So off is Bridgewater, on the kicker Blair Walsh on fourth down. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
And New York set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. Cuts back, left sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Orleans Darkwa, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Fresh set of downs here. Bridgewater on first down. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Mark Hertzlick. He's the one who finally gets him down for what will wind up being a loss of 16 yards. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Bridgewater. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Let's go.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. And he's able to find Diggs. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adrian Peterson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out come the Giants. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Hitting Donnell here, the tight end right side. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
8 yards to go here on 2nd down. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Throwing is Manning. Surveying the field. And he rifles one incomplete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Manning. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Let's go.
They give it to Peterson. Penalty marker is down here. And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Now a play fake here on first down. And right with it here over the middle. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Peterson alone in the backfield. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. Can't find anyone open. Buying time to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. J.T. Thomas from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 19 yards there on the pickup. And that's going to make it 4th down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Mike Zimmer's made his decision. And that decision is to try and go for this thing on 4th down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll run for it. Peterson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Manning now on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
2nd down following the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation. And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on 3rd down.
Manning going to try and throw on third down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Let's go. Wait, 90. Tiger.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. That one intended for Anquan Bolden. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. And on 2nd and 10 now. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Bridgewater now. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. First down, Bridgewater. It's complete to Diggs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a really good gain there on the post route. Partner, how do you know to go to that pass?
When you're running the ball effectively and the safety likes to dive up there to try and help tackle, that's when you want to hit him over the top with the post in the area he vacates.
It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. And the offense in that middle ground here on 3rd down, 5 yards to go.
Let's go.
And again, it's Bridgewater. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adrian Peterson as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. So we had the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll run with Darquan. And some room to roam now. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night, as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team, We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. On 2nd down, here's Manning. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a 1st down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They go play action here on 1st down. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You needed that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
This is Jennings. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. In motion left, Shepard. They'll need to get the play off quickly. From the gun on 3rd down, Manning going for it. He's got a man, complete. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Odell Beckham with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. It's up and good to make it 21-17. And the Giants are once again going to retake the lead. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A good pickup there at 22.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
1st and 10, Bridgewater. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. It's JPP, 7th-year man, Jason Pierre-Paul. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And the defense will try and pin their ears back. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. The 20, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Giants. Orleans Darkwa with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle here to Rudolph. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle? Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Good throw, good catch, and the post route successful for the offense.
Really difficult on the defender. He got moved out of the middle of the field and tried to scramble to recover, but it was too late to stop the completion.
Bridgewater on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Wright's got it. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. but it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds, because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. He's going to go. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Bridgewater will try and throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Manning now on first down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Jennings. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Old school defensive tackle play dictators just stood up and danced with the guy in front of you. And if a guy came near, tackle him. New school, you don't want to just dance. You want to get past him, get upfield, and make the play in the backfield. A big-time play there.
To throw, it's Manning. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Brad Wing now as he's on to punt for New York. This is brought in at the 21. He will not go down.
Have to retake those ankles.
So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Peterson alone in the backfield. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. He's going to get the football. And he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Keenan Robinson, the one that got him down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot. Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed down the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
Bridgewater. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Stephon Diggs with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt. They'll look to throw. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
But that certainly felt like an example of the defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game, they want to keep it going.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
Now this time, Manning will throw. Dancing to his left. He's going to run again. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. And quickly, they get to the line. Manning looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
But not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Here's Jennings. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, They almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. Manning. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. From the gun on 3rd down, Manning. It's caught. Shepard. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
They go play action here on 1st down. Deep drop. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, look at the juke. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose it. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Offense has been out there a while. This is their 14th play in this series. And here we go on 1st and goal. They'll try and power it home here with a fullback Johnson. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Will Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the G-men have taken the lead here in the 4th. A big play looming for the Giants as they'll go for 2. They go power. This is Johnson, the fullback. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note,
and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Mark Hertzlick in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Back to throw. And incomplete. He was was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. And New York set to take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. Manning will take a knee, and that should be the final act in this one. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And, Charles, when you pull out a close game, the good thing about that is maybe next time you're in a nail-biter in the 4th quarter, you have a little more confidence.
Yeah, you're talking about your memory muscles, right? When you win those close ones, you have that confident feeling that you can continue to do so every time you're in that position.
Now, that said, you would rather win by 60 points, or do you like the close ones, too?
Well, I think everyone would rather win by 60. It's comfortable. Everyone gets to play. But when you win those nail-biters, dinner tastes just a little bit better that night.
So for the Giants, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.